I'm doing today is a HiTech selfie. I've got an Olympus EM-10 set up just here. The back of the EM-10, and it's got the Wi-Fi connection screen up. Slightly above it is a Olympus FL600R set as a fill light, so blinking away, showing us that it's on and active and waiting to be triggered. Just over here we've got a Metz 44AF1 set as the key light. My key light with its flash modifier, you can just see the red light blinking away to show that it's in receive mode, ready to be triggered by the pop-up flash on the camera. And what I'm looking to do is to control the camera from my iPad via Wi-Fi and see how we can play around with the exposure for this. Okay, so first up, I've enabled the Wi-Fi in the EM-10 already, so now it just behoves me to connect my iPad to it. It's looking for a network, and the camera's come up. My iPad showing it's connected to the camera. Close out of that. Call up the Olympus Image Share, and that's what the screen looks like. Press on remote control, and now you can see a picture of my rear end as the camera behind me is transmitting. And I've now got an image of me talking on my iPad. Okay, hope you can just about see that. I'm going to control initially the camera manually, and I've selected ISO 400, white balance. I'll switch over to flash. Where are we? There we go. Aperture I've got as f2.8, and the shutter at let's put it at 1/160th of a second to start with, which is the normal sync speed operating via remote control. Okay, I can select my focus point by plopping on the screen. Now I can strike a manly pose, look at the EM-10 and see what we get. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put all the pictures in to the video when I do the edit, but that's a little bit on the dark side. So what we'll do then is play around with the shutter speed. Let's give myself a stop more exposure for the ambient. Again, pick a focus point, arrange myself for a pose. And again, that's miles too dark. So what we may do here is a different approach. I'll switch out of manual, go into aperture priority. Now it's telling me that the ambient light at ISO 400 is only 1/5 of a second. So I think I'll give myself another stop with ISO. That takes me to 1/10 of a second, and I think if I go around, dial in some exposure compensation, I'll try -1 stop. So select my focus point again, the old eyeball, and trigger away. And there we go. That's a little bit better, a lot better, but now it's too hot. So I think if I could lose another stop with the exposure compensation, I'd be there. Just dial that in, select again, and there we have it. I'll activate this computer screen so I've got a bit more of a background, and I'm happy with that exposure, so we'll just go again, focus, alright, and there we go. So computer's lit, I'm lit, the background's not too intrusive, it's toned back 2 stops from everything else, and so that makes quite a good way to do a high-tech selfie.